Welcome to the webinar today, templating for Microsoft Teams with channels, tabs, and settings. And thank you for joining. And yeah, we start. My name is Christian Groß. I'm the CEO of Solutions to Share. And yeah, I found the company 8 years before, and yeah, we started with SharePoint 2010 with site provisioning, and today I show you our newest product, the Collaboration Manager 365, and I show you how you can create a template with Microsoft Teams and how you provision the template as a team and how you can update this. So first, some organizational things. The webinar is recorded and we save it on our cloud storage. And of course, you will get a copy of the webinar tomorrow. It comes automatically to your email. And so you don't have to ask us if we send you the webinar. If you have some questions or you want something to know, we have a chat in this webinar software. It's on the right side, and you can ask questions now or in the middle of the webinar. And in the end of the webinar, I will answer the questions. If there are a lot of questions here, we will answer the questions in the end of the webinar and send you the emails, of course. We have a survey on the right side too. So a lot of people answered the survey. So there's 73% of the people using Teams right now, and 10% are not using the team. So a lot of people who joined the webinar are using Teams right now. And I think you are thinking about a templating engine or problems with templating. The contact details from me on my company are in the end of the webinar. We have a PowerPoint slide with all contact details. You can make a screenshot. And of course, we send you all contact details in the end of the webinar too. And tomorrow you get a recording file of the webinar as well. So first, what is Solutions to Share? So Solutions to Share is a company. Actually, we have 15 employees. My company is founded in 2011, and yeah, we are really focused in cloud software development. So Microsoft Teams, Office 365, and of course SharePoint Online. And in the last years, we programmed a lot of software for 2010, 13, and 16. And of course, perhaps you saw an app from us, for example, the multiple download or the news ticker in the SharePoint Online App Store. And all over all apps, we have 15,000 installations. So a lot of customers uses our software. For today, what I want to show is Microsoft Teams, but that you understand how much knowledge we have in provisioning and templating. Here's a PowerPoint slide for you that you can see. We really started with provisioning and SharePoint Site templating in Microsoft SharePoint Server 2010. And we migrate our software to 2013 and 16. And of course, we programmed everything for SharePoint Server 2019 with modern and classic sites. 2014, we started programming the Collaboration Manager 365, and it's a site provisioning and templating solution for SharePoint Online. So you can create sites and yeah, based on a template without programming and save it. And of course, SharePoint Online moves on. So we have classic site first, then modern site with group. Now we can create modern site without groups. And today I show you Microsoft Teams. So the exact problem which we have in SharePoint Online, we have it in Microsoft Teams as well, because the templating engine in Microsoft Teams is not the best. And yeah, our engine includes everything what you need. And most of the webinar, I show you today how you create a team template, how you provision it, and how you synchronize it with a template. So I think we have only one PowerPoint slide left, and then we can start directly to the demonstration. Of course, what we want to have it with our solution is that we want to have controls over our teams. So First, we need a structure. Perhaps we need 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 templates. And what I show you today too is that we have a little small approval process before you create a team. Because if all people in your organizations can create team by themselves, you have thousands of teams, unstructured, unorganized in months, in 1 or 2 months. And what you want to have is you want to have an approval process, you want to have a request form, and you want to offer your customers or users 4 or 5 templates, and then they have a structured organization and a folder structure, for example, where they can use directly, and all people know how to use teams and how to use, for example, a project team or a department team. Perhaps you know the functionality clone team. So a lot of people use this team right now. In our survey, 75% of the people who joined today are using Teams. And there is a difference between what clone team have as functionality and what our collaboration manager has as a functionality. If you clone a team, you can create channels and settings, and you can also say, okay, I want to copy the members, but you have to configure each tab individually. Yeah, there is only the files tab, and you have to create a new planner, you have to create a new OneNote, and all functionality which you have in SharePoint Online. So with every team, there is a SharePoint Online site as well. And the SharePoint Online site is really blank if you clone a team based on another team. And what we want to offer is you can create a real team template with pre-configured tabs, with metadata, document libraries, with apps, with connectors, and of course, our main functionality from the last few years, all SharePoint Online functionalities are copied too in our solution. And I think a lot of people are interested in that, and that is why you joined the webinar today. And I want to show how easy it is, how easy it is to create a template, and how easy it is to provision it or roll it to your customers. So it's time for a live demo. And I show you the demo today in a SharePoint Online or demo environment, and in a Microsoft Teams demo environment. And let's start with a demonstration. And I show you a little bit around through the application, how you can install it or how it looks like when you install it, and then we create a template together. Then I open my Microsoft SharePoint or Office 365 tenant. So in this demonstration, I start in SharePoint Online. The Collaboration Manager 365 is a SharePoint Online add-in. You can see it here when you go to the site contents. It's a SharePoint Online app. The easiest thing is you add the app file in your app catalog, and after I think 15 minutes of installation and configuration, you have the app installed in the site you want to use. And with the Collaboration Manager, which is installed here in that cockpit site, you have the Workspaces list. Here you can request team sites, groups with modern sites and teams, and you have the templates library. That is the library where we save all our templates, the modern site template, classic site template, or of course team templates. With the Collaboration Manager, we have also a web part where you can show all your teams, your groups, and your SharePoint sites. And of course, we aggregate all tasks, we aggregate all events and all documents. Also, we have a wizard web part on the right here, and you can offer a self-service portal to your users where they can choose a team or a project or a group. But first we want to create a template, and then we want to create a team based on the template. So we come back later to that wizard web part and start to create a Microsoft Team template. For creating a template, we have to go to the template library. In my demonstration environment here, I made a link with a quick edit web part here. And when I click here, you see we go to the templates library of the collaboration manager. In my demonstration environment, I have a lot of templates here. Normally, you only have 3 to 4 or 5 templates by your own. For our webinar today, I created a template 2 hours ago. It's an IT project template. It's a team template. And because it takes some minutes to create a team, to create a site and make all the stuff we need that we can start modifying our team. But today I will show you how you can create a new template. You go to the templates library and click the create new template button on the top. Then you say, okay, I want to create a Microsoft Team template, and you can give it a name. And of course, you can set a description if you want, and then you can say, okay, I want to create a template. And now our tool, the Collaboration Manager 365, it's creating a Microsoft Team in the backend, and of course, a Microsoft SharePoint site. And all our scripts are used to prepare the template, and we save it in a version 1. You see it here on the bottom as a template file. So when you are ready with your customization and you save the template in your template library, you can download the file and upload the file to another tenant as well. So the template creation process, it takes around about 10 minutes, I think. So for our webinar today, we go to the IT project template here. And of course, I think the best thing is we start creating a template in Microsoft Teams, and then we switch to SharePoint Online and make some modifications there. So here you see my Microsoft Teams demo environment. And of course, we have some templates, for example, project team, customer team. We have an automotive team template. And here is our template, the IT project template. And you see here in the bottom, we have the webinar template. It's not finished yet, but it takes some time. We see it here in Teams because first we create the team and then we make the SharePoint Online modifications. So to create a team template, it's like creating a team in how you know it from Microsoft Teams. You create things what you want to do. So for example, we add a channel, for example, the controlling channel. And we create another channel, for example, fun. And then we want to modify some things. For example, in the general channel, we want to have a Microsoft Planner. So we add a tab. And of course, when we add a tab with a planner, we have to give it a name. We say it's tasks for IT. And then in the backend, a new planner is created, and it is it shows here now as a tab. And when we copy, in the end, when we copy the IT project template, it's not the plan in the template. It is a new plan which has the same name, but it is connected with your team. And then I think we want to add a OneNote. We have to give it a name as well. And yeah, so if you want, you can add some document libraries, you can add some websites. So a lot of apps are supported with our collaboration manager, and the limitations you will find at support.solutionstoshare.net. And there you can see our limitations. For example, you cannot modify the wiki tab right now, or the Power BI tab is not supported as well as a template. So now, for example, we have a requirement from the business that we need another document library, and we need some folder structure in that document library. And for this, we first have to create a document library in SharePoint Online, and then we can use the document library in our teams. So we go to the SharePoint now. I press the buttons here and say, okay, I want to open SharePoint. And now we are in the SharePoint site in the backend from Microsoft Teams. So for every team, we have a Microsoft SharePoint Online site. And when we create a new team based on our template, we will copy all the modifications of the SharePoint site too. So what we want to do is first we say, okay, we want to have a new app and we want to create a document library. We choose the document library here and say, okay, we need controlling documents. So we go to the document library and say, for example, okay, in that controlling document library, we need a folder structure. We need, for example, reports, or for example, approvals. And we can say, okay, some Excel files. And with our engine of the collaboration manager, you can add a folder structure. You can add list items in lists, for example, for hyperlinks. And of course, if you want, you can upload documents. For example, you have a IT project template and you want to deliver some project documents for standard project documentation. You upload it to your template, save it, and we roll it out to all the teams. And what we want to do too is, I think we create a new list, a hyperlink list. So we add a new app. Say we want to have a link list. And we add a link, links, great. And of course, what we want to do is we want to add a link. So, and of course, if you want, you can modify your start page as well. And if you need for your template more pages for your requirements, you can say, okay, I want to add a new page, or you want to modify an existing page. And for example, here we say, okay, we have the news is okay, activity no, yes, quick links. We delete the quick links, and we have comments is off, of course, and we have here the document library and the news. And if you want, you can add the controlling library, or just let it like this, and we publish it. And now we say, okay, we are ready with all our customizations in SharePoint Online, and then we go back to Microsoft Teams. And we are here in the IT project. We go to the controlling channel, and we add here a tab and say, okay, we want to add a document library, and we go to the IT project template site, and here you see it's a controlling docs. We say next and say, okay, I want to save it here. Okay, now I can change, of course, the name. And now it's finished. And of course, we added a hyperlink list, and I want to add hyperlinks here in the template, and we have to add the hyperlink list as well. Okay, it's not ready here. With the list is not shown, so it needs some moments if you create new lists or libraries for Microsoft Teams. But of course, you can add the hyperlink list as an URL as well. We use that now for a workaround, but normally that is no problem for Microsoft Teams if you wait some minutes, but in our webinar, we don't have time for that. So, and of course, you don't want to add only channels and tabs. That is, for example, so predefined tabs is really great, but we want to modify the team as well. So we want to modify the settings, and there we go to the Manage Team page, and you see here you have the settings here and the apps, and the apps you see the Planner is added, the OneNote is added, and the SharePoint. And in the settings now, this is the base template. So all settings you configure here in the team settings, they are copied to the new team we created later in the new Wizard web part. So for example, you want to say, okay, allowing creating and updating channels for guest permissions, member permissions. You say, okay, what we can do, we can say these 3 things I don't want to have, and the mentions is okay, team code and fun stuff, but we say, okay, fun stuff, we say enable stickers. No, we want to disable it. And okay, that is a governance configuration of my team I want to have. And all teams which are created based on the template have the same settings. And if you want to change settings in 1 month or 2, you go to the template, change the settings here, save it again, and you can update all teams which were created based on the template. So, and okay, we say we have now we have a OneNote, we have a planner, we have links, we have a separate document library, and if we want, we can let's add a page, for example, the home page, which we modified to the general tab. That is possible too. And some customers of us, they want a folder structure in the files tab, so in the document library, and we add here, for example, PowerPoints. We make a small folder structure in the main library as well. Okay, perfect. So now our team template is created. It's just drag and drop. There's no code, no XML, no JSON. So what you can do is when you talk to your users, you can create team templates as a rapid prototyping thing. So you ask your customer, okay, what you want to have. You create it with your customer in Teams, you save it, and he can use it 20 minutes later. And if you want to change something, that is no problem too. I show you that later. So now we want to save everything what we configured. So we go back to the cockpit where the Collaboration Manager 365 is installed, and we go to the template library and we search for the project IT project template. We select the item, and then you see here is a Save Template button. We press it, and now all our modifications which we configured are saved in that template file. This takes some minutes because our scripts are running over the site and running over Teams, and we have to figure out what changed on the basic side or to the last version of the template. And that needs round about 2 to 5 minutes. And in that time, we can have a look to another template, or I can show you the approval process with another template, and then we create a new site based on that IT project. So let's refresh the site and have a look at what we do. So next step is, okay, we want to test what we configured because the webinar is live. We have, when we create the team, it's the created team is based on the first version, and we can use the synchronization in the next step. So if you have a self-service portal, you can say, okay, my users want to create whatever they want. For example, you call it Workspace. You press a Workspace button, and then you say, okay, I want to create a team. And here you now you can choose from a template, and here you see, that is the IT project. And now I want to give it a title, for example, Teams Provisioning. I say next, then I can add one or more owners. And for example, I add my colleague Bastian to the members. And here you can choose from private and public teams. And you say, okay, I next. And then this is a special functionality from our tool. You can give all your workspaces, modern sites, communication sites, classic sites, groups, and teams metadata. So you have metadata for site objects. You can, for example, this is only an example because everything is based on a SharePoint list. You can add additional columns to the list. And if you do that in the content type teams, here are rendered all your additional fields. So in my demo case, I choose a department, a cost center, an expire date, and an archive date. And I did that because I have some additional flows on the list, which are delivered with our tool Collaboration Managers, which give a message to the owner of the team when the team is, for example, expired, or when it's 3 weeks before it is archived, and the owner can say, okay, I need 3 or 4 months more time. Please don't archive my team. And when I press finish, now a new request, a team request, is created. And when I approve the request, my team is generated based on the template we built together. So first, we have a look here on the templates library. If the template is already saved before we approve it, and we have a look, perfect. A minute ago, our IT project is saved. And now I want to go to the Manage Request Center. What we did in our demo environment, we created an approval workflow, which is delivered with our Collaboration Manager as well. And before the team or the site is created, a group or one member of your team have a look on the team, if it exists, if the naming convention is right, and then you can say approve or reject. And it's really, really easy to approve a team, and we give you a template of an approval process, and of course you can modify that template in any case you want to do. For example, you can make a 2-step approval or a 3-step approval, or you can modify your email templates. So let's have a look what we did now. I approved the team request. And if you make a request or you want to create it directly, you see here we have the workspaces lists. Every site and every team is stored in that list, and of course every request too. Here you see the status of our team is approved, and in some seconds it goes to the creating status. And now, because of all the content and the team and the SharePoint site, it needs around about 20 minutes till all our modifications are done. And I want to show you in another template how it looks like when you provision a team based on the template. And we will have a look in the end of the webinar if everything goes right with our IT project team, which we created some minutes ago. So when everything is correct, we go to the Teams application and have a look on the on what we did. You see here the team. So the team which we requested is already there. But what we do in the backend is first we create the SharePoint Online site and have all the documents library, the link list, the pages. And then because we need all that stuff to make the channels and add the additional tabs to the teams. And if the document library is not existing, we cannot create a document library tab with the new controlling docs library and with the folder structure. So that needs some seconds. For the demonstration right now, I have an automotive template here, and I have it like, I created here a documents library with a folder structure as well. It's in German, but what I did is I create a request as well and create a Audi Q8 team. And what we see here, all our channels are created. All our tabs are pre-configured after the modification, and in that template we have content in it, and of course a folder structure. If you want to see how I created the automotive template, there is a YouTube video in our channel. It's really easy to find. Just type solutions to share in YouTube, and you will find the video. It's in German, how I created the automotive template and how I create a Audi Q8 team out of it. So one special functionality I want to show you before we go to the questions and to the end of the PowerPoint. So now you have your first version of your team template, and of course requirements changes very fast, and perhaps you forgot a channel in creating in your creation process of the template. So now what you can do is you can add a channel. I don't know what is the name. Forgot, and say add. And now we have a new channel here in our template, and perhaps we want to add a new planner. So you can add whatever you want. And then we go to the templates library and save it in another version that I show you now. So we are ready with our modification for IT project template version 2, and now we want to save it. So we go back to the templates library. We select again the IT project and say save. So And now another version of the template is saved. And when you go to the template library and you select the element and have a look on the version history, you see that every time when we make a change on the template, of course, first we save the template in another version and we create it. So the first 3 entries are from the tool. We create a new version file of the team template, and so we exactly know what is in and what it was in before, and that makes it possible that we go to the workspaces list where all our workspaces are in, and we can say, okay, let's select, for example, the Audi Q8 and the Audi A5, and they both are rendered or created out of the automotive template, and now we want to synchronize the existing teams with a new template version. And what we do is we say sync workspaces, and now in our case, if the IT project team is ready, we can synchronize new channels, new tabs, and all SharePoint Online modifications to existing teams. We don't delete channels or tabs, or we don't delete permissions or some content in the SharePoint site. So we only add things, we rename things, we change things, or we hide things. But we are really carefully with your data and the content, and because of that, we don't delete anything. If you want to delete things, it's better you use PowerShell or do it by yourself with your own environment. So that is how you can create a template. You can save it in version 1 and 2. And yeah, that is how it works. Here we see it's 8 minutes now. Normally it takes 20 to 25 minutes till it's finished. Depends on the speed of the SharePoint Online or of the Office 365 tenant. You saw also the wizard, the approval process. So I think we are ready with the live demo. If we have time in the end, we switch to the demonstration environment and have a look if everything is successfully created. And I show you that all channels and all tabs are right here. So let's go back to the webinar and to the PowerPoint. So slide. So if you have questions about the how you do it, of the environment, about the app, you can use our chat, and I will answer all questions in the end of the webinar. So my contact details are in this PowerPoint. So we are based in Germany. It's in Nuremberg. It's in Bavaria. And you can contact us via mail, info@solutionstoshare.net or .com. Of course, if you want, you can call me. That is my direct phone number. You can call me after that webinar or next week if you want. And if you want to try the solution, it's no problem. We have a 30-day trial. And for that webinar, you can talk to our salespersons. You say, okay, you joined our webinar today. We have a free installation service. So for you, we go to your tenant or your QA tenant, and we help you 1 hour to install our tool, to get it ready, to set up your first template, to create your first team. And it's free for you. So 1 hour free service, and then you can play around your last 30 days, and then we can discuss how we can go on. And of course, if you need help with templating, we can help you as well. And if you have any questions, it's time to write it down in the chat. And I have a look now in the questions, and I try to answer every question. If there is a question what I cannot answer, I send you an email back. Okay. There was a question about the recording. Of course, the webinar is recorded, and I will send you the link, or it's automatically sent to you in the tomorrow. So if you want to show the webinar to your colleagues, yeah, you can directly send the link to your colleagues, and they can watch it, of course, again. And the link, I think it's available for 1 month. And 1 week later, we upload the webinar to YouTube. So if you want to have a look later in 2 or 3 months, you can find the webinar in our YouTube channel. So another question is the price of the tool. So our tool is based on the users, and we start at 4,000 euros, or actually it's quite the same in dollars. So we start with $4,000 a year. It's a software as a service solution. So we host the solution in our Azure environment. You have support included. So we have support from Monday to Friday from 8 to 6 p.m. And you can call us, or of course we have a ticket system, so you can open tickets. And if there is a new API from Microsoft, or you have some understanding problems, you can call or text us, and we help you with that. And if you have, I think in that $4,000, it's 250 users included. And if you need more users, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's really it scales slowly. But for the small environments, we need a basic fee, because every tenant is hosted in our Azure environments, and of course we have to buy the Azure things from Microsoft, and that is why we have a $4,000 entrance fee. So another question is, do you have that solutions for communication sites as well? Yes. So the solution is for all SharePoint for all Office 365 solutions. So you can create, for example, project rooms with Microsoft Teams, and if you want to create like department sites with communication sites, the solution works really the same. You have only the SharePoint site, and you don't have the team environment, and you can use the same environment and the same wizard web part. Okay, another question is, can I use the wizard in Teams? So the wizard is a SPFX web part, and in this demonstration, I added the wizard to the SharePoint site, and it's like a self-service portal. What we want to show our potential customers, the SPFX web part, of course, you can add as a tab to a team. For example, to the org-wide team, you have a tab, team request, and then the users can enter all data, and it works quite well in Teams as well. And of course, if you want to make a like a page, like a request page, you can use the SharePoint site in Teams. So you have the sites web part on the left and the wizard web part button on the right. So everything is possible to use. It's the newest technology, and it works in Teams really good. So, okay, that there are new questions right now. So if you have any questions, you can type, and if not, I think we are a little bit faster than expected. I think I wait 1 or 2 minutes, and if there is new questions, I thank you very much for attending the webinar, and I hope you will join us in the next webinar as well. I think in the next 2 months, we have 2 more webinars. It's site provisioning for SharePoint 2019 with modern and classic sites. It's really interesting if you have, for example, a hybrid scenario, or you are in a on-premises environment. And we have a new webinar. It's with our tool Meeting Manager. The idea is how to set up meetings with an agenda, to create a protocol automatically, send invitations. Yeah, it's really interesting. The tool is quite 3 years old now. It works for online and on premises. So have a look on our website. You will find the links to the webinar. And of course, you can send us an email as well. And if you are interested, and we send you the webinar link to your email address. Okay, it seems that there are no new questions. So I think we can, we are on the end of the webinar. Thank you very much for joining. And if you are interested to try our solution, just contact me or our sales team at sales@solutions2share.net. And we can arrange a new demo, a personal demonstration, or of course you can use our free installation service. And let's see how it works on your tenant. So thank you for joining the webinar, and have a nice day. Bye.